summary thereof. First, the application, one-day license.
Yeah, let me take, Walter, sorry, let me take a roll call of everyone here.
Oh,
Walter Bonin,
yep.
Greg Matrakis,
Present.
Dave Bouvier.
Here.
Thank you. Okay, Walter. Awesome.
Okay, we're on business. First item on the agenda, special one-day permit for a fixed entertainment center. Take rather low piano. I think we have pretty much the entire layout.
It was essentially the same layout that we presented for last week's event. We just changed the comedian stage to where the pianos will go, still with the social distancing every other spot, 126 max on entries or tickets sold, and food to be purchased socially distanced on the outside. We would probably, with the fact that there is rain in the forecast, we would probably shut down half the food and just do one side and be able to maneuver the parking lot a little easier because the tickets have not been as sold willingly as the last event.
Yes, it's not supposed to be good on Friday. So.
Right.
Any comments or questions?
We also have the security on.
I'm sorry, sir?
Security? Like you had for the last event?
Yes, security will be in the premises.
George, this is Greg Matrakis. How are you this afternoon?
Sir, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Hey, question, how did you folks make out logistically and otherwise? How did you make out with last week's event?
So I thought last week's event for the comedy show was phenomenal. We cut the parking lot in half. Security as well as individuals that worked here that we designated as security assistants. They helped them get everything socially distanced. It was every other spot and every other row. People were in their cars and they were enjoying. They were able to eat, come up safe, get a cocktail and go back. We didn't have any trouble. Security went around after everybody was initially wristbanded and then went back and started looking in cars like we had discussed. Yeah. And I think there was one infraction where it was people had brought in like a case of Corona that we didn't sell. So they brought it to our attention. We went up to the car. We told them they couldn't, partake in that. But everybody was of age. Everybody was wristbanded. There were no issues. And the parking lot was clear by 9:30.
Oh, glad that worked smoothly. And again, I think a lot of your pre-planning helped to assure that was the case. I'm glad that worked out that way. I have no other questions.
And how about the future? Do you have any of the plans on the table to do this? Continue doing this, or is this on a week-to-week thing?
I think that we're kind of playing the country by air right now, so to speak. And this was a surprise to me, as well as coming back to you guys so quickly with another event. I don't have any plans in the foreseeable future. One of the things that I did bring up to Tina when I spoke to her the other day was, is there a possibility, or is there some paperwork or legal things that are obviously our council could get involved in, on how we could include the parking lot for these type of events in future events instead of doing this style of meeting every single time. Not that I don't want to meet with you. I just don't want to waste your time either with one-off events where we need a liquor license for 3 hours. Kind of thing. I don't want to serve in the parking lot every day. I don't want people to buy alcohol every day. I just, if we do an event and, to stir up some business, how that could be approached.
I don't know.
I'm not aware, I get that. And, certainly it's, we can make it any more streamlined for you and for us. We would certainly be looking to do that. But I think this is by nature of the nature of the one-day permit. I think we have to keep going the way that we are this way on these, and I think that's probably why the chairman asked, what you have any events coming forward in the future that we, would know of that way, because again, these are just, they're one-day permits and have to be kind of handled on this basis. I'm not aware of any other more efficient method.
Well, we've done it in the past for others, Kennedy's and the Moose and other places where they have a schedule of events, as long as they stay within the total number that they're allowed. And it's been okay. And we also have the senior center, we have the same.
It's true as well.
Same
That's
center.
right.
So
I
he
mean,
knew
I have
ahead of
nothing on the
it.
books, folks. I have nothing on the books for the next 2 months. Maybe in September, maybe down the line, but nothing right now. This is our last event, as we, are very excited about phase 3 and getting people back in the building, and the potential to open up our other locations in New York and things like that. I'm thrilled that we were able to throw these events, and I think it was great for the people that showed up because it gave them some form of enjoyment and normalcy, and that's all we're really trying to do. And they're, from a financial standpoint, they're very break-even events. This is really just to show everybody that it's okay to come out and be safe and enjoy, and more than anything else.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you do develop a plan or a future, I mean, we could probably accommodate you to grant multiple 1-days.
Okay.
As long as they follow the format that you currently have.
Yeah.
And let us know if there is a change. But,
Okay.
and you have a record of success and following the procedures you lay out. And there's no harm in granting in advance.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate, I enjoy being able to work with you guys and to throw these events, and so I appreciate any assistance along the way.
Yeah. Okay. So, any other questions?
None?
Yeah. Okay. Motion to approve.
I'll make the motion, and we'll put the same conditions that were on the last in terms of security and all that, but absolutely motion to approve with those identical conditions to the last permit.
I second the motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? There being none, those in favor, please signify by those opposed.
Okay,
Carried.
I need to do a roll call though.
Oh, roll call.
Okay.
Yes.
Walter,
I'm still here.
Dave,
Oh, yes.
Greg,
Yes.
thank you, 3-0. Motion carries.
Folks, may I ask one question?
Sure.
If by chance the rain is too much for the performer to feel uncomfortable with, and he presents us with a rain date, should I get that information to you right away? Will this stand for a week from now if he changed it, or would we need to meet again?
Well, just contact us with the change of what the situation is. Call Tina and we'll act accordingly.
As soon as I know something, you guys will know right away, I promise.
Because we know weather on Friday is supposed to be bad. And, not for the people in the cars, but maybe other piano players.
If you had, I suppose, just thinking out loud, it's an interesting question. If we knew what that rain date was now, then we could certainly say, we're going to approve this thing to be held on 7/10/2020, rain date for this would be whatever date that is, but I don't think we can.
I will have a rain date for you in 1 hour if that's appropriate.
Well,
just as a
We
precaution.
we can't stay for the hour, though. We have to kind of vote on what we have right now. Well, if we have to get a rain date, we're absolutely going to work with you, George.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys. Thank
No
you.
worries. Good thought on that side. But if it doesn't, if it happens to be you have to reschedule, just let us know, and we'll do it again.
Yeah.
Thank you, folks.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda is Tapatia's outside service.
I've got to abstain from this as I've got a conflict.
Trying to figure out how many tables they're asking.
So there's 3 or 4. I know they're only against the building.
1, 2, 3, listen, five floor tops, no?
Addition 5 floor tops?
I think,
I know it says that on there. I couldn't.
I just counting, you know.
I tried to get her to send me-
Umbrellas that are coming down here, I think there's.
Oh, yeah.
I think it looks like there's 5, and the diagram seems to show 5.
So that's 20 seats. And they have,
So it's had all the reviews required.
Yes, building has signed off on it. They put in the new barriers that they requested. So yeah, Jeff's fine with it.
Any comments? Motion made in order to approve.
motion to approve?
Motion made and seconded.
Okay,
Now we'll call the roll.
Walter,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
and Greg, you're staying.
She's still here.
I got you. Okay, thank you.
Actually, it's not here, so.
So
Just
2
the
yes,
end of
1
the
abstain.
room. Okay. The mayor asked me some time ago to update the license fees, all the license fees, and who sets them. And we looked at this some years back. The last time the fees were changed was in 2006. Now, we did a study, Council President and I, and looked at them, and then we compared them to some of the local communities, and sort of decided, given what we received for revenue relative to what we were charging, seemed to be fair. But it's a different situation today where we have very large restaurants, medium-sized, very small ones. We've got a flat $1,000 per restaurant per license, and didn't adjust it for the size of the restaurants, and which we would have to do.
Other communities are doing that. In other words, you suggest that other communities are looking.
Yeah, some of the communities we looked at, and this, then again, it's sort of old information, and they did make adjustment for number of seats in the facility, and we probably, if we make any changes, would have to do. But all the major fees are set by the license board. The entertainment license, the legislation did not indicate who was responsible. The license was responsible for issuing the license, but did not identify who set the fee. So I couldn't discover that anywhere. So that's not a big deal, because the big number of licenses that generate income are, of course, the restaurants, hotels, bars, and places like that. You know, so. We're gonna send that up to the legal department to actually access for that?
Comptroller or treasurer.
Okay. So, what the mayor has in mind, I don't know. It's not a good time to raise the fees on actually.
I was gonna let you finish, that, but I mean, certainly in this country, I mean, as a general observation, as one of 3, I certainly would be amenable to creating a tier, for smaller versus the larger, that, the larger places, they're obviously going to be bringing a lot more revenue from their liquor sales, so that they certainly would be in a position. But right now, I would be reluctant to increase, these or the restaurants, big and small, are struggling. So I just don't think it is sends the right signal at all, or would be an appropriate time to do it.
I agree. But looking at some of the other communities and do some data collection and say, okay, what do we have in terms of various restaurant size, seating sizing, what's the spectrum?
Whether you're looking at 2 tiers, 3 tiers, however you want to do it, but what do you think, Dave?
Next year,
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be,
when everybody's back on their feet. But in the meantime, we can do the data collection and figure out how we want to break it down.
Yeah. What do you think as far as the number of tiers? What are your thoughts on something like that, 2 or 3? Should be enough, I know, based upon.
Yeah, the question is, what is this, the spread in terms of seating size from what to what? And then it gives you some idea of revenue. That would be, that would be fair to approach it that way. We have a lot more restaurants now than we had just a few years ago.
Sure.
And certainly getting more restaurants has been a considerable success.
What about the other licenses for the package stores and things of that nature? Those kind of seem like they're just in line, and I'm assuming that they're not, trying to work up any sort of, volume or square footage or anything like that. Obviously you got it's small package stores versus, larger places that have them. I don't know if other cities and towns make a distinction between the size of that operation or not.
Yeah, I don't, I didn't look at package store ones in detail. Regularly.
Yeah,
We'll take a look at
for
it.
discussion purposes, that's all. I'm just trying to just get a feel for,
Yeah, well, let's see what the communities we compete with, if you will, and see how we stand. And so support whatever case we want to make, But given our success at getting restaurants in, and now it's not to say that they're all currently successful, so many new tested, and maybe I had a lot of change of owners as a result of economic performance. So we have to be careful what we do, plus the whole virus thing is,
Sure.
this sort of puts the into the future, but doesn't hurt to begin thinking about it and see what's fair for the license holders and what's fair for the community. So that's happening. I don't know, obviously nothing's going to happen quickly.
Yeah.
And the other issue, I have to check our rules. Rules, I gotta check if the license fees are set by the license board's rules. In order to change it, we need to advertise it, hold a public
Sure,
hearing.
I think that would be the
all
case.
of that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's no midnight special
Right.
meeting that we'd like to do. So it's gonna be,
No, I was wondering if, it's only fair, even if they don't require it, I certainly would think that, before we do that, I think it's entirely appropriate that we hear from the public and the license folks as well, so this would, give this consideration to, let's hear some,
we'd certainly have to do it at a meeting, at a public meeting, and we post the agendas, but we'd have to make sure everybody send a notice to all the license holders that this issue is.
I think that's, I would absolutely bring it to their attention, so I don't think all this just, yeah. So if they would want to come in and talk and fill us in, very well, hear something.
So that's coming, probably on the place on the back burner in the current situation, so we'll have to do some thinking about that one. Any other business?
Just curious, did Unknown ever reach out?
Yep, they're going to be filling out an application.
Oh, good.
I think they'll probably be at, our August meeting.
Yeah, I'll be sure. Okay.
Okay, well, if there's no further business, motion on to adjourn would be,
Greg, yes, motion to adjourn.
opponents, yes.
Second the motion.
Yeah, Boogie is always a yes on the. So, vote the automatic, Boogie, a vote for a move to adjourn.